This is the MMA Diagnosis podcast, and fuck! This is the MMA Diagnosis podcast, and my name is Nadim Mir, and my brother's name is Hamad Mir. We both love MMA. Our first episode will be about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, and we're also going to talk about the UFC 213 main card.
231.
231 main card, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, so Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, as we all know, whoever's watched it, it was a robbery. I think Fury dominated the fight. He outlanded Wilder with the jabs, even the significant strikes, moved around, countered and slipped all his punches. I think Fury was winning, and then I think what let him down was obviously the 9th and 12th knockdowns. That gave even a little reason for the American judges to give Fury Wilder that fight, just to give you a draw. But personally, if you look at all the fighters, they all said Fury won. Like even when they interviewed Floyd Mayweather, he said Fury was up 5 rounds. So
yeah. No, he said Fury was up 5 rounds to 0. I think basically the rounds they could have given him maybe 1 round from the first 5 if he wanted to.
Or two if they were nice. Or 2 if they were nice. But other than that,
round 3 and round 4 were close. They couldn't get 1 or 2 rounds. One of the judges gave literally the first 4 to 5 rounds. Alejandro Roquin, whatever his name is.
Alejandro Roquin, yeah. He gave Wilder. That was the judge that gave Wilder 115 to 111, which was ridiculous. Because he watched the whole fight. Personally, half the judges, they don't know what they're watching. Like, just because someone's coming forward and trying to knock somebody out, it doesn't mean they're winning the fight. It matters about what they're doing. When they're coming forward or when the person moving back. Like Fury was moving back here and there, but he was slipping and countering and moving around and catching him with shots. Even if you look at the total strike numbers.
Yeah, if you look at total strikes, so basically the combi strike, it showed that Fury landed more jabs. He landed more body shots, and he even landed more power punches as well. The ratio was more. But like you said before, Fury was slipping him. Every round, you see slip punches, counter him, jab him. Only in the 9th and 12th round where Wilder had a significant, advantage where he knocked him down in both rounds.
Yeah, I find it ridiculous that a lot of people, even people I was talking to, saying, Wilder's gonna knock him out. He looks so much better, and he's gonna catch him with a shot. Fury doesn't look good. I think a lot of people judge on physique. Like when they look at someone's physique, you wouldn't expect Tyson Fury to be that fast, especially if just a casual boxing fan. You won't understand how quick Fury is, how technical he is. Like, I was talking to somebody and they were saying Fury's a boring fighter. And I was like, no, he's an entertaining fighter. I enjoy watching him.
Yeah, he's entertaining if you enjoy boxing. If you obviously don't watch boxing much, and then you're not going to find him entertaining. You're just going to think he's boring. He just jabs all the time. He doesn't do any power shots. He doesn't take risks. Well, he's a professional, a true professional.
And at the end of the day, he's got to feed his family. There's no point in him losing against someone like Wilder. You don't want to risk the chance of getting knocked out when you're winning the whole fight. What's the point of that? And even when he did get hit with that shot in round 12, which everyone thought he was out. I thought he was out. I was watching that live, and I thought he was out. I thought he was over. I was so angry when I saw him get knocked down like that, because I was like, he was winning the whole fight, and then he just gets knocked out like that. But that's Wilder. Wilder can knock you out any moment in a fight.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he got up in the 5th second, I think, of the count. He got up in the 5th second. When he got up, the referee just told him to walk, and he looked fine.
He looked fine. He just got up. It's weird. Like, obviously, if that was MMA, he wouldn't. There'd be no chance of him winning. But generally, for him to get up on the 10 count and just get up suddenly and be okay is crazy. But
yeah, I think the referee gave him a chance because he looked like he was out. Sometimes referees, they just stop the fight. Then it looked like the referee actually gave him a chance to get up.
Yeah, most referees in that situation, after probably the 4th or 5th count, they will just wave the fight off, or they won't even count. Most referees don't even count now. Like in boxing, especially, they don't count. They just end the fight from the way his eyes would roll back and he was just out looking up to the ceiling. Cancel the fight. They just stop the fight. Obviously, I think there's going to be a rematch. I like that he called out AJ.
Yeah, there has to be
Fury called out AJ. I think that was a good part in his good marketing strategy on his part. it makes AJ. It forces AJ's hand to come and pick a fight with one of these two now. It forces them. Everyone's seeing it now, all the fans, and they're questioning him now.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it's Joshua. I think it's his team, obviously. You know, Eddie Hearn and.
But I got the scorecards. Yeah, Alejandro Roquin scored it 115 to 111 to Wilder, and then you got Robert Tapper. He scored it 114 to 110 to Fury, and then you got Phil Edwards who scored it a draw.
The referee that scored it a draw, he's actually British. Yeah, that's the funny thing. He was British, so. But I don't understand how he got a draw though. Which round did he give Wilder? The British.
He gave Wilder basically. He actually gave him the first round.
Who gave Wilder?
Yeah. Okay. Phil Edwards, the British. He gave Wilder the first round.
And then he gave Fury 4.
Yeah, 4 in a row.
And then he gave
Wilder 5 and 6. Huh? I didn't see that.
I didn't get that.
I get obviously 9 and 12. He gave 10 8. Yeah, but then he can't. 6 and 7. I didn't see that. All I saw is jabbing.
Wasn't that the round where? Which round was it when Fury hit him with a straight right and wobbled him a bit? Was that?
I'm not sure. I think it was 6th round or 7th.
Yeah, Fury hit him with some good shots in between the rounds. I'm sure.
Yeah, but the main one was the 115 to 111. That was, I don't know. That was
ridiculous.
The first 4 rounds, Wilder did not win the first.
I would say even the draws ridiculous at this point, because if you watch the whole fight and you see the whole fight properly, I've rewatched it, so I watched the fight 2 or 3 times now. So I still had Fury winning. I don't understand how Wilder could win. If you at the most, he would have won 9 and 12, and then if you gave him 1 or 2, 1 or 2 rounds at the beginning. But even then, even if it's that, it's still 114 to 112 to Fury. Yeah. Even then, he still wins. He doesn't lose unless So it depends on your opinion on what you see. So, but a bit ridiculous. But
I like his confidence at the end. You know, Tyson Fury, he knew he won at the end of the fight. He was saying it himself. And he said all the fans know, and I believe he won as well. All the I think UK fans believe that he won, and American fans, there were people in the crowd. They thought Fury won, so it would have been a really good comeback story if he won as well after getting knocked out like that, and after all his mental illness and depression and dropping all that weight. It would have been a good. That one story. He was robbed. Yeah, if he comes, I think the next fight either is going to be a rematch. How do you think Joshua will do against either of the two? No, I think Joshua. I don't think he'll beat Fury. He loses stamina by 7th, 8th round. If you see his previous fights, he gets tired. Yeah, so he's bulky. He's got muscle. Yeah, I think Wilder kills him as well. I think Wilder will just catch him later in the fight. I think will knock him out. Yeah, but against Klitschko, he did get up though when he got knocked down. Yeah, but Wilder hits even harder than Klitschko personally. Like Wilder hits you, Wilder's got that crazy power. He'll just knock you out cold. Yeah, I thought that was a great fight. I enjoyed that fight. Watching it live, in the morning, 5 a.m. Yeah, like my brother doesn't really watch boxing a lot, but even that fight, he enjoyed it. Like he enjoyed that fight. He enjoyed the build up as well. You know, Tyson Fury, he makes you want to watch the fight. He gets you intrigued with the way he talks and the self belief, and I feel like he was originally Conor McGregor before Conor McGregor came about. Yeah. He was the guy that was brash and he was talking. He even said it once, I think. Yeah, I haven't watched boxing in ages, but I watched Tyson Fury for quite a long time, so I've seen what he was saying when he said Conor copied my stick. Like he copied what I was doing. So I think that was a really enjoyable night for boxing. Jarrett Hurd won as well, who beat Lara in his last fight. He dropped the guy he was fighting. So that was a pretty good. It was an overall good card. There was quite a few mismatches though on the card. Like people winning, like Luis Ortiz, he didn't look that good, and he gave Wilder a run for his money. So we'll see how it goes. See how the boxing heavyweight division's quite entertaining. Overall comments, I think basically Tyson Fury obviously was robbed. Yeah. I enjoyed the fight. I think everybody who watched it enjoyed the fight, and he will make a comeback obviously next year now. Yeah. I think big boxers. I think it's good of him to. He said he was going to give basically $8 million to the homeless people. So overall, really everybody wins in the end. Everybody wins. Yeah. So shall we go on to UFC 231 main card? First fight: Jimmy Manuwa versus Thiago Santos. Jimmy Manuwa, obviously light heavyweight knockout artist. He's 6 foot, 30 years old, British fighter, England. Obviously, his record 17 wins and 4 losses, but he's lost.
He lost his last two. He lost to Uzdemir, Volkan Uzdemir. He got knocked out. Yeah, that was a bad one. And then he fought Jan Blachowicz in London on the Werdum vs Volkov card. So yeah, he lost by decision to that. In the first fight he beat Blachowicz by decision, so he lost the rematch. So he's a bit on a losing skid. But then on the other side he's fighting Thiago Santos, Mareta.
Yeah,
so
Brazilian. Obviously he's a bit taller, 6'2". He might have the reach advantage. I'm not sure about that, but he's taller. Obviously previously fought in middleweight, so he's going up.
Yeah, he's gone up. He fought his last fight light heavyweight though against Eric Anders. He in Brazil. I think he TKO'd Eric Anders. Eric Anders got exhausted because he took it on short notice, and then before that he beat
2 weeks.
Yeah. Before that, he beat up Kevin Holland.
He took that on short notice as well. Though.
Yeah, Eric Anders did take that on short notice. But
Kevin Holland as well.
Oh yeah, Kevin Holland took that on short notice as well. Dave Branch knocked him out before that though. Personally, and that was a middleweight. I think because he's not cutting as much weight and he's quite a big middleweight, I think that's actually good for his chin and for him his ability to take shots.
Yeah, and his cardio,
and everything as well. I think personally, I think he's gonna look better at light heavyweight. So what's your pick for this fight? Who do you have winning?
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, it could go either, but I think I'll go for Jimmy because of his knockout. That's my personal opinion. Jim Manuel, he's got knockout power. He might be able to catch him, but obviously Thiago Santos got good stand up as well though. So he's got good Muay Thai, got good power. So what do you think?
I think I gotta support Jimmy. He's a British. Yeah. He's a Londoner. I'm living in London right now, so I gotta support the guy. I think Jimmy's gonna catch him maybe with the left hook, or maybe in the second round. Yeah. I think they'll catch him in the second round, knock him out. I think he's on TKO him. It's a tricky fight because Santos is quite fast as well. He might catch Jimmy, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Jimmy. I think Jimmy's got this. Okay, the next fight is
Kyle Bochniak versus Hakeem Dawood.
Okay, Kyle Bochniak.
5'7". So obviously featherweights.
Yeah, these are featherweights. So
31 years old, but he's got 8 wins and 3 losses. So, but obviously, remember he
lost his last fight to Zabit. I can't blame him for losing that one. Yeah, he lost to Zabit. He lost by decision though. He survived. If you watch that fight, Zabit got a bit tired.
Yeah, he did.
During in the third round. Yeah. You remember that? He got tired. Yeah, he was on the Khabib and Iaquinta card. Yeah, he got tired later on, but obviously Zabit, is a beast. So
I like his takedowns, the way he took him down as well.
Zabit did a trip on him, but it's no shame in losing to Zabit after we know how good he is. So, and he's fighting Hakeem Dawood, whose nickname is Mean. I don't know about that nickname, but he's Canadian.
Slightly taller, 5'8".
He's slightly taller, 5'8", 145 pounds.
But young guy. He's got 8 wins and 1 losses.
Yeah, he's 8 wins, 1 loss. He lost to Scottish guy Danny Henry, but then he beat Austin Arnett in the
UFC.
On UFC and Fox, on the Alvarez and Poirier 2 card. So
that was by decision. So.
Yeah, he won by decision, but he's a pretty good fighter. He fought on WSOF. He had quite a few good wins on WSOF. So he's a good fighter. I think, I don't know what I have for this. Personally, I'm going to go with Hakeem Dawood. I feel like it's a bit more explosive. I think he's going to stuff Kyle Bochniak.
Yeah, he's got a good ratio of TKOs. He's 6 TKOs.
Yeah, I think he's going to win, but I have a feeling it's going to be decision.
So that's
if Zabit can't finish Kyle Bochniak, I don't think Hakeem Dawood will finish it. I think it'll be a decision for Hakeem Dawood. Who do you have?
Personally, I think I'll go with Kyle Bochniak because of the amount of punishment he took from Zabit. So he came back, and Zabit got really tired. So I think Hakeem Dawood is not better than Zabit. So I'll take Kyle Bochniak. I think he can go the distance.
What do you think? How do you think
Kyle Bochniak's game. He'll throw punches. He'll throw haymakers. So he could. Most likely decision though. I'll go for. Yeah, I don't think Kyle Bochniak will knock him out.
Okay, the next fight. One of my favorite fighters, Gunnar Nelson. So
obviously from Iceland. Trains with Conor.
And he also has his own gym, Majon. Yeah. Majon MMA.
16 wins, 3 losses, obviously.
He lost to Ponzinibbio. But when he got TKO'd or KO'd by Ponzinibbio, if you watch, there's a video on YouTube for anyone listening. Just watch it, the finish. You see Ponzinibbio poking his eyes out like 3 times before the TKO. Like he's literally grabbing the cage and ripping his eyes out.
Like John Jones.
Like John Jones, yeah. So he's ripping his eyes out literally, and then Gunnar Nelson doesn't know what's going on. Then he gets hit, and then he gets dropped. Personally, I didn't agree with that TKO. It was a bit controversial.
No,
but
referee should have lost it though.
I don't think the referee could see it. You couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it when I was watching the fight. I saw it on YouTube after in slow motion. So if you're on YouTube, write Ponzinibbio versus Gunnar Nelson KO controversy, and it'll probably come up.
That was 2017 July. It's been
it's been how long now?
A year and close to a year and a half.
So he's had a long layoff.
And he's fighting Alex Cowboy.
Cowboy Oliveira. Yeah, it was a really good fighter. Cowboy beat Carlos Condit, but personally, I don't think that was the
best Carlos Condit.
Carlos Condit. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to do it anymore. So
he beat him by submission.
Yeah, he beat him by submission, but
his last fight was against I don't know this guy, Carlo Pedasoli Jr. 5'9", 137. But basically, his fight is 5'11", got 19 wins and 5 losses. Cowboy. What do you think he's gonna? He has 12 TKOs, on his record.
I think Cowboys.
Who'd you go for?
Oh, I'm gonna go for Gunny. I'm a bit biased here. I think they're gonna start off standing, and then I think Gunny might catch him with his karate style. He might actually catch him with a shot. Have you ever noticed in Gunny's fight? Like he fought Brandon Thatch, who was a striker. He dropped Brandon Thatch. Even when he fought Alan Jabon, who's predominantly a Muay Thai guy.
Yeah, Muay Thai guy.
Yeah, Muay Thai. He catches them with his right or left hand. Yeah, he catches them. So he comes in with a karate style, a bit like Machida. He's got a karate background, right? So he catches them, and then he drops them, then he chokes them out.
Yeah.
Most of the time, he drops someone and then chokes them out. If you look at him, he gets their back, rear naked, chokes them. So he transitions, mounts them, then they turn their back, and then he chokes them out. I think he's going to do that to Cowboy. I don't see Cowboy TK him.
Cowboy has won by submission some of his fights.
Yeah, but he's not going to beat Gunny. Gunny's a Henzo Gracie black belt. He guys black belt in under 4 years, and he guys black belt when he was 19 years old. He was like a phenom.
Yeah, who do you go?
Jiu-jitsu,
who would you pick? Your pick?
I think Gunner's going to submit him second round.
For mine, I'm same. I'm not saying second round submission, but I think it's gonna go to. It's 3-round fight, right?
Yeah.
So I think it'll go to the third round, and then he'll submit him.
I think the fight's gonna start off first round, feeling each other, and then second round, Gunny's gonna do that. He's gonna do that blitz where he just comes in, catches him, and then he's gonna drop him and then choke him out. I think he's gonna take him to the ground. I think Kenny Florian said once that how talented Gunnar Nelson is. He took down GSP in training.
Yeah, well,
he actually took him down.
Yeah,
he actually took GSP down. He saw GSP get taken down by Gunnar Nelson. So I think okay, now we're on to the co-main event. So Valentina Shevchenko, the Bullet. We know she's the Bullet. She freaking shoots guns all the time.
15 wins, 3 losses.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah, 15 wins, 3 losses, Bullet. She only lost to Amanda Nunes. 2 fights.
She's only
and then obviously she had lost.
She lost to Liz Camus. That was a long time ago. So,
that was 2010. So
that was way long. That was probably when she was developing herself.
Yeah.
She lost to Amanda in their first fight. She lost the first 2 rounds. She was getting beaten up on the ground, and then she came back on the third round. Amanda got tired. Yeah. In the rematch, personally, I think Valentina won, but that's just me.
Yeah, no,
I think she got the best shots, even though Amanda got a takedown. I think near the end.
Yeah,
she didn't do nothing with the takedown. It shouldn't even really count.
It was a rob.
Yeah, it was. I think it wasn't a rob. It was a close fight. I wouldn't call it a robbery, but
no. But
in my opinion, I'm just saying it could go either way. But I feel like Valentina won. She had the more crisper shots. She looked more cleaner, more technical. She was landing the better shots.
So, and when Amanda took her down, like you said, she didn't do nothing with it. So she did take her down, but she didn't do
enough
damage
to win the fight. Like that should have it's a bit like the
judges.
Yeah, but it's probably a bit like the Cejudo and DJ fight. Some people thought DJ won, even though Cejudo took him down. But, I think if you look at her last fight against Priscilla, I can't pronounce the second name.
Cachoeira.
Yeah. She fought on the Machida versus Anders card.
That was
Yeah, she did. That was such a mismatch. She just destroyed her. I think she took her down, elbowed her in the face.
Basically,
I think it was like
Priscilla only had one shot.
One strike in the whole fight, and Valentina had 300 strikes.
Yeah, roughly 300.
So, and just elbowed, and then eventually in the second round.
I can't believe referee Yamasaki can let that go on.
Yeah, Yamasaki does that. He's not a bad ref, but yeah, he's got his bad moments. And then she just choked her out in the second round. And I thought Valentina was too small anyways for 135. I feel like 125 is a division. She's going to destroy everybody in that division. I don't see anybody being in that division.
It's made for her.
And now we got Joanna. So
Joanna, obviously, she had, before she lost to Rose Namajunas, 2 fights
twice,
in a row.
Yeah.
And then her latest fight, obviously, she beat Tisha Torres.
So she looked pretty good. Yeah, she looked pretty good. Tisha Torres is a tough matchup for anybody. So she looked really good against Tisha. But personally, I think even in Muay Thai, when they fought, Valentina beat her, I think twice or 3 times. They're both Muay Thai world champions.
Yeah.
It's going to be striking, but what do you think? Do you think it might go grappling?
But if it goes grappling, Valentina...
I think Valentina's bad. Yeah, she armbarred Juliana Pena. Yeah, she armbarred her. So Valentina's the better striker as he is. And Joanna's whole game is obviously striking. She's got decent takedown defense and some grappling. Yeah. She's improving. But Valentina's a lot ahead.
She did well against Tisha Torres. Stopped the takedowns.
Yeah, he stopped the takedowns, and Tisha Torres got good grappling. So, what's your pick? What do you think?
My pick, I think, is obvious. Valentina. I can't see her losing. She beat her in Muay Thai as well, and she's weighing heavier in this. She's a natural heavier fighter.
Yeah, she gave Amanda Nunes a close fight. It was 135 pounds. I powerful. I think she's just gonna outstrike her. Do you think it's a mid-decision?
I don't.
Or finish. Valentina doesn't technically finish. She's more of a technician.
It's a title fight, so
5 rounds.
5 rounds. She could finish it,
in the late. I've seen late. She's gonna finish it. Yeah. But personally, I have a winning by decision.
I think finish in 4th round because
fourth round,
she got finished by Rose. I'll be honest, Valentina Shevchenko, basically Valentina Shevchenko, she's better than Rose.
But Rose has got quite a lot of power for the division, and she caught Rose. But if you look at the rematch, it was a close fight. Yeah. Rose and Joanna. I think she just underestimated Rose, and plus she did say she was struggling with the weight cut.
Obviously, that's what she said. She's struggling with weight cut.
Yeah.
But like I said, my pick's Bullet Valentina Shevchenko, 4th round. She's going to finish. I'm not sure. I think
TKO.
Yeah, TKO. I think.
Okay.
TKO. Yeah. What yours?
Yeah, I think decision. I think Valentina.
5 rounds.
Decision. Yeah, I think it's 5 rounds. But she's gonna dominate the 5 rounds.
All right, let's main event. Max Holloway, Brian Ortega.
Okay.
Max, obviously from Hawaii, 5'11". He's got 19 wins, 3 losses. Obviously, his most notable wins are against Jose Aldo, the last 2.
But he's won his last how many fights?
Wow, yeah. Since McGregor lost.
Since McGregor in 2013. So it's been 5 years since
he's won every fight.
He's beaten so many good fighters. Andre Feely, he's beaten Cole Miller, Cub Swanson, Charles Oliveira, Jeremy Stevens, Ricardo Lamas. The list goes on. So,
but he's the most notable, I believe, against Jose Aldo, though.
Yeah,
he's been reigning for 10 years.
Yeah, he beat Pace as well.
And he made him look awful.
You know, when I first saw Holloway fighting, I did not expect him to be this good. Personally, I thought he was going to be a mid-tier fighter. I didn't think he was going to be anything great when I first saw him. But to be honest, when I first saw him, he was only 20, I think, or 19.
But his growth has been exponential.
Yeah, it's been exponential. I think the fight that made me think he could win the belt was against Cub Swanson. You know when he TKO'd Cub Swanson? When he hit him in the body, I think.
No, but he submitted him in there.
Yeah, but he TKO'd. He didn't. He rocked him. Yeah. He rocked him, then choked him out. He looked so technical there, and I think that's the fight that made me think, got to run for the title. He can win the title. I was actually really surprised when he beat Cub. If you look at Ortega...
But against Jose Aldo, remember, he made him look like, not amateur, but like, he was outstriking him, tired him out.
No, to be fair though, Aldo looked good in the first round against him. But I think Aldo just got tired. I think Max's pace and aggression and coming forward and the forward pressure, I think he just tired Aldo out. Even though Aldo was hit... The worst thing is, Aldo hit him with some shots, and other fighters would get dropped with them shots, the same shots that Aldo hit him. Max has just got a really good chin. Like even Conor couldn't finish him when they first fought. Conor hit him with quite a few good shots, couldn't finish him. Max just...
He's a good fighter.
Tired him out,
tired him out. Brian Ortega, obviously, same age, 27 years old, from California. But yeah, he's 5'9", slightly shorter, but not by much. But undefeated, 14 wins and 0.
Ortega's quite a big featherweight. Ortega knocked out Frankie in his last fight, Frankie Edgar. So that was actually, I was really shocked by that. I couldn't believe that he knocked him out in the first round. I thought personally, if he was going to win, he was going to submit him.
Yeah, you see his past fights, like 4 or 5 fights.
Yeah, he's won.
He always won by submission or TKO, but
Yeah,
late in the round.
Yeah,
Late in third round, last round.
He never starts off quick. I feel like he's a slow starter generally. If you watch him, like every fight he's fought, even against Hinato Moicano and against Hinato Moicano and Cub Swanson, or even against Clay Guida, he was actually losing them fights. If you watch it, he was losing even against Diego Brando. He wasn't doing too well. He was struggling, and then suddenly in the third round, he just guts it out, makes it a war, and then just chokes them out or TKOs them. Like even
but in Cub Swanson though, he did catch him in the end of the first round and the bell run.
Yeah, he did catch him. But I'm saying generally, you know, if you look at his past few fights, he starts off quite slow, and then they're fighting, and then he suddenly in the last round or the later rounds, he just gets a submission or TKO. Like he just somehow wins come from behind. I remember his first fight in the UFC, he was getting bloodied up, and against okay, let's talk about Thiago Tavares' fight. He was losing that fight, and then suddenly he just TKOs Thiago Tavares. Even with Diego Brando, catches him with a triangle. My pick for this fight, personally, I see it being a war, and then somehow I see Ortega pulling it through in the 4th or 5th round. I feel like he catches a submission, or I don't see him TKOing Max personally. Max has just got a really good chin. I see him catching him with a submission. So what's your?
Both great fighters. Obviously, Max, I think, has the edge on the stand-up. And obviously, the obvious thing is Brian Ortega is much better submission artist. So, like
more
you said,
like a striker versus grappler.
Yeah, so it's more like striker versus grappler. So, if Brian Ortega even somehow like catches him, he only has to catch him once and drop, and he can jump on his back, choke him out somehow. Obviously, Max Holloway will have a good defense. He's not going to be like let him choke him out.
I don't see him dropping Max. I don't think he has enough.
But I still think you could easily grab him though somehow. Like yes, try to get some on him. So
it's gonna be a bit tough.
Yeah, but I think I find tough.
It's one of the hardest fights to pick.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen with it.
I think it's so close, 50-50. But I think Ortega will have the edge because they both have good cardio. Ortega got enough stand up to like obviously stand up with him and survive with him. But once he goes to the ground though, I think personally Ortega's got the advantage. So I'll pick Ortega. Yeah, I'll pick Ortega.
It's tough though because
I think it could go to decision. You never know. I think decision actually because it's so tough, close.
Then I think if it goes to decision, I see Holloway winning because if you look at history, his last 3 fights, Holloway wins always by decision. Yeah. Ortega, if he were to go to the judges, most of the time he would lose.
Yeah,
or it'd be a very close fight. So
yeah, he basically I think decision or actually I'm gonna go with Ortega to finish it because they're both gonna get tired. They're both gonna stand.
I think it's gonna be a war.
Yeah, it's gonna be a war in the middle of the fight, like second, third, fourth, and then Ortega might somehow, like he previously pulled out a submission out of nowhere.
I think in the
fifth.
Yeah.
I think in the
I don't see a TKO though because Max has just got a granite chin.
5th submission.
It's these Hawaiians.
That's my pick.
But you got any MMA news? By the way, for UK listeners, if you're from the UK, you can watch this on BT Sport. So I think this card.
Yeah, you can watch UFC 231 on BT Sport. Yeah, you can watch the next 3 basically cards.
Yeah, so you even John Jones and
I like Quinta versus
Kevin Lee. You can watch as well. So you can watch
the pay-per-view 232.
Yeah, 232, and then after that it'll I think after that it'll be on 11 Sports.
I think 11 Sports just showing finals.
Yeah, I think 11 Sports got all the finals, and then I think the main pay-per-views, like the big ones, so like just say
might be Sky or
might be on BT
box office or Sky.
So we're not sure right now.
But we'll find out.
Yeah, let's talk about actually Chrome Gracie. Getting signed to the UFC. I'm actually really excited about this because I've been a Chrome fan for so many years. So I think for a really long time. So in the jiu-jitsu scene. So I think Crone's gonna pose a lot of threats. I think he's in the featherweight division. Chrome Gracie. He's about 5'8", 5'9". He's got good. He's very athletic. As we know, some Gracies in the past haven't had a good run in the UFC, but they're still a legendary family, and we should have respect. Crone is one of the best, and if he's gonna make a run out of all the Gracies, I think in his last fight he beat Kawajiri in Rising, and he choked out Kawajiri in the first or second round. So he's done really well. Like, if you look at it,
Yeah.
like Kawji did really well against Cub Swanson. They had a close fight when Kawji was in the UFC, fought against some top guys, and Crone just choked him out. I think Crone's going to pose a lot of threats. I'm a bit worried about his stand-up. What do you think? Do you think he should just do what David Maia does, just work on his wrestling and try to get people down? And
No, he'll have to work on his stand-up. You can't.
obviously, he's not
when
gonna
you
work.
get to the top tier, you're not going.
Yeah, you're not going to. It's not going to work. But I'm just saying, like, for the beginning, I think he should focus a lot on wrestling, though.
Yeah.
Because stand-up takes a long time to develop, especially for grapplers. If you look at most grapplers, unless they're Jacare, but Jacare's been fighting MMA for a long time, they tend to be very robotic.
Yeah.
Like, they're herky-jerky. So I think he should work on stand-up. He's working with the Diaz brothers. So he's at Cesar Gracie. So,
What other news do you have? I pulled up basically Floyd Mayweather versus
Aye.
Tenshin Nasukawa. The rules are actually announced.
on Ryzen,
The
3 minutes.
So the bout is not going to be boxing on MMA. So what it's going to be, the rules are 3 minutes per round for
Yeah.
3 rounds. And it's going to be straight boxing,
Okay, yeah.
but they will wear Ryzen 8-ounce gloves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They'll be MMA gloves.
Yeah.
And no judges. And it'll be full contact competition. Okay, but the bout's not going to be on
the record.
records. So it's exhibition bout, basically. But it's going to be a fight. Or
Yeah.
straight boxing.
That's going to favor Mayweather.
No, but the gloves. The gloves might make a difference. Obviously, Mayweather's just going to outbox him. I don't see.
No, but it favors him either way because it's not on his record.
Nasukawa's a small guy as well. He weighs around 121 pounds. So Mayweather's at least 140 pounds. 35 pounds. So
Yeah, fight's going to take place December 31st, New Year's Eve. So in Japan, that's going to be big. All the
Big
Japan
fight,
things going to be packed out, I think.
yeah, and there's another big fight on this card, actually.
Yeah.
So Horiguchi.
Yeah.
So Horiguchi's gonna fight Darian Caldwell, who's a Bellator bantamweight champion. So
Yeah.
Caldwell is such a good fighter. He's I think a national champion wrestler, and he's really tall for the division. I think he's around 6 foot, 135.
Yeah.
He's got long reach, and he's been choking people out.
But I like
He's-
that it's like, two different promotions coming together and
having a big fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the UFC they don't do that, and I wish in MMA they do it more.
Yeah.
Because the last one, one of the few I remember was there was a big one was Eddie Alvarez versus Shinya Aoki. So Shinya was the Dream champion, and then Eddie Alvarez was the Bellator champion, and they both fought, and Eddie just knocked him out. It was just nice to see though, because everybody was saying Shinya is the best, and then Eddie is the best outside the UFC, and they both got to fight. Okay, so
this is a big.
Dana White takes a dig at
Yeah,
Tyron Woodley.
right,
They've been going
today.
back and forth, right?
Yeah, but I think Tyron Woodley, he can't fight right now. So is his hand still injured? I think.
Well, he
Yeah,
said the
because-
division's going to move on.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
he's-
Dana White said.
He's suggesting that Kamaru Usman might fight Colby Covington for the title.
So it could be interim.
So it
title.
could be interim title, and then, or they might even strip Woodley at this point. I don't even know, because Dana White they've
No, but
had
they
a
can't.
bad relationship.
Yeah, but
They can't strip him. Yeah, it's not that long, so I don't see them stripping him. But obviously they might though, because you don't know.
No, but
they
he
want the
fought-
division to move on.
Yeah, but he's fought
Yeah,
Darren Till. That was like in September.
yeah, it wasn't.
So you
too-
can't strip him of title. It's just been 4 months, 5 months.
They
They
don't know how
always
long
give
he's
out.
out.
Yeah, but they always give at least
How
a
long
year.
is he out?
He doesn't say.
He's been quite active though,
yeah.
because look, he's had 5 fights in the last 2 years, title
Yeah.
fights. That's more than a lot of champions, and he's had 2 surgeries, and still had 5 fights. So yeah, look, he makes him one of the most active champions in the roster. So I don't understand. I can see why they're doing an interim. They want it to move on, and they want the division not to be put on hold. So
Yeah, I don't think he should be. Dana White should be taking shots at Woodley because he has, like you said, 5 title fights in 2 years.
Yeah.
And Conor, how many title fights he had? 2 years, only 2, last 2-3 years. So he shouldn't be taking shots. He should be actually helping him, like promoting him more, rather than
Yeah, I don't-
taking digs at him. I don't think that's
I
a
don't
good way
agree
to
with that. I
promote
think that's a bit.
one of your most active.
Oh yeah, another big announcement. Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw on. Yeah, they moved it, so it's not on UFC 233 anymore. 233. It's on UFC Brooklyn. So that's a fight night. It's on ESPN. It's the first ESPN card, so they're putting them on a big show. So who do you think wins that?
That one I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Henry Cejudo, has the better
Olympic.
wrestling, Olympic wrestling.
Yeah, but it's MMA.
Yeah.
MMA wrestling's different though.
Yeah, but his hands look better than before.
Yeah, I personally, I just see TJ winning. I don't see Cejudo beating.
Why? So you don't think Cejudo can take him down?
Even if he does take it out, I see TJ getting off, and I think TJ might TKO him even. Because if you look at even TJ against Cobra, he looks so good. and I'm a big Garbrandt fan. So
Yeah, but who says Garbrandt wouldn't struggle? Like,
yeah, true.
So,
but Garbrandt's a really good wrestler, high school
Yeah.
state champion. So
yeah, but we're talking
Ohio
about
State.
Olympic wrestling. That's a different level now. So, I personally think Cejudo has a great chance of winning.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Obviously, TJ will be the total fighter though, so he has advantage in reach. But yeah, like you said though, but I would take Cejudo though if you do, because he's got Olympic wrestling. He can take him down.
I think he's gonna win.
Yeah, by taking him down decision.
Yeah, when we get closer to fight, we'll make a proper pick. Another big fight is Israel Adesanya versus Anderson.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that UFC 234?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. Obviously, Anderson Silva is like 39 or 40 now, at least.
No, Anderson is 43.
Wow, yeah.
He's 20. So me and Anderson Silva got the same birthday. So he's 20 years older than me. So
he's 43, and you expect him to move slick like against somebody like Israel Adesanya, who made Derek Brunson.
I think what's the funniest thing? Michael Bisping goes, he'll beat Adesanya. I think that was the best joke. I'm a big Bisping fan. We're both from England, but we're both from UK. So, but Bisping would not be Adesanya because he struggled against an old Anderson in London. So
but he did beat him at a good.
He did beat him just about, but really
from that knee.
But really, if Anderson gave one or two more punches, that fight would have been over. Yeah. It would have been over. I think Adesanya might TKO him, or personally, I think finishing it. I don't think Anderson.
But that's good news.
I think that's a really bad matchup. Stylebender is too good. Obviously, Max Holloway and Ortega made weight, and Marcano was supposed to be the substitute, but he didn't make championship weight. So
that's another.
If one of them pulls out, Marcano will fight. But I think that would ruin the whole card. But
yeah, well, one thing I do think is like Dana White saying that Max Holloway is too big for that.
He's right in that sense because he's 5'11", and he was. You remember that interview with Bisping and UFC?
Yeah, UFC Fox.
UFC Fox. Yeah,
UFC tonight.
He was just slurring, and he looked like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
The weight cut was really bad for him. I think. Really
but they didn't say when he went to. He didn't say he had any problems, though. So I don't know what that was about. Unless he's
he was dehydrated. I think he was just out of it. It was
too big.
Too much of a weight cut.
Yeah, but obviously he wanted the fight, and the doctor said he was clear. So
hopefully we'll see how he does.
I think it'll be a great fight.
Yeah,
I want to watch it live, but I'm working. So
but I'm gonna be watching it live. Yeah. I might be live tweeting and posting on Instagram on my story. So on the MMA Diagnosis story. So
yeah, follow at MMA Diagnosis if you like our podcast. Just follow MMA Diagnosis. We'll post the link there.
On Twitter and Instagram, MMA Diagnosis. We're going to be posting on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and other apps on Android and Apple. So
soon.
We will come on iTunes sooner or later, but for now we're just slowly building up. Please support and tell your friends and family.
And subscribe to our podcast. See you next time.